colleague at BCSN, Mike Robinson, says every Friday, it's never too early to talk about playoffs. Is it too early to talk about rankings in high school soccer? We've got our friends from Sidekicks, Francis Stevens, our BCSN analyst, and Matthew Mountford, executive director of Pacesetter, here with us. So I'm going to ask you that same question, guys. We've got two teams in the top 10. We've got St. Francis on the boys' side and Perrysburg on the girls' side. They are ranked. How do those rankings come about, and do coaches and players really take anything from that?
Well, really where it starts at, it comes from really the coaches in the area in each division getting a chance to vote. So you have to do that by Friday at noon. Other districts representing the state of Ohio come together. They put their top 4, top 5 teams that they have in their district. They're able to kind of discuss those. They look at the record. They also look at kind of the resume as well. For St. Francis to come in 10th, that's not a shock. From 1 through 9, some really solid teams. Cincinnati Archbishop Mola, #1 team, but they're also #3 in the country. Perrysburg sitting right outside of the top 15. So I think that's a good spot for St. Francis right now. But me as a coach, you as a coach, it's not about what's the number in front of you. It's going to be the number that you're going to be when you're in October and November.
I think that it doesn't hurt by any stretch. You know, if you see that your school and you're a part of that team, top 10 in the state, I think that gives them a little bit of a psychological boost going into it, a bit more confidence, you know, to get some more results and continue the good form. So while it's not the be-all and end-all, it's certainly not going to be hurtful in any stretch of the imagination.
We've got a poll that's due right now for Sidekicks. Best teams in the area. If you were filling that out, who would you put on it?
St. Francis obviously be the #1 team right now. I mean, they're 4-1-1. Have a big game on Saturday against Hudson out of the Cleveland area. I would probably say St. Francis 1. Perrysburg 2, had a nice win last night against Northview. That 1-0 win, a gritty win for them. You know, Connor Sidekicks was able to get that goal for them, you know, late in the second half for them to hang on. And I would probably say the third best team, Bowling Green, undefeated in the Cardinal division. That's probably going to be my top 3 for Division 1.
I'd echo that, to be honest, for the exact reasons that you've said. Bowling Green have been the surprising one for me. You know, coming into the area quite new and kind of seeing how they're going about their business is impressive, to be honest. That win against Southview and then continuing it last night, it's really good, and it's shaping up to be a great season, really. Everybody
seems to agree Perrysburg is really good on the girls' side. Who else is there to watch out for?
I think on the girls' side, you've always got Northview and St. Ursula that are going to be strong, and then obviously Anthony Wayne. Even though they're probably a little bit more shaky this year, I remember last year and it was kind of similar, and they came back at the end. So never count out Coach Williams. That's all I'll say.
On the college soccer side, we love a good comeback story. Never count out Mojo Medali. Toledo's got their first win. She's got 5 goals this season, and that's incredible when you consider everything that she's gone through.
I remember the first game I called of hers when she came to college, and she was spectacular then. And then like a month later, we never saw her again. Came back in the spring, kind of suffered again another knee injury, but she's really bounced back. I mean, she was a top player at a national soccer club up there in, you know, the Troy, Michigan, Novi area. Really comes from a good stock. You know, won some national championships as a club player. She's now come back in Toledo, very healthy, more fit. I think the biggest thing with her is how dynamic she is off the ball, how clinical she is when she gets in the goal box, and she's definitely been a big integral piece for Mark Batman. That was a big win for him, and he's going to keep on getting those wins. You know, obviously got a tough match against Bowling Green to open up Mid-American Conference play.
But you just mentioned Bowling Green, and credit to the Falcons, because they always schedule so tough out of conference. They've got another one coming up against Notre Dame on Sunday that we can watch right here on BCSN, and that's just what they do this time of year.
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at the schedule, the best of the best are playing against Bowling Green, which is, as a player, that's incredible. You want to test yourself against the best that there is. And Pitt and Notre Dame back-to-back, it doesn't get harder than that, I don't think. So Pitt is elite. As simple as that. The job that Randy Waldrom's done and Ben there has been absolutely incredible. That was a program that they took over kind of in the dumps a little bit. It wasn't recognized, it wasn't going anywhere. The way that they've transformed that has been incredible to watch. And so now, again, great teams punish you. And that's all that happened. Bowling Green can have the head held high. You know, the scoreline, I felt, didn't reflect the game too much. And there's a lot of positives that BG can take away from that.
These guys are elite. Francis Stevens, Matthew Mountford, you get to see a lot of them here on BCSN and every Wednesday on Sports Nightly. Thanks for joining us here in studio.